It's been a while since last time I did any Sherlock Holmes games. Uh, I've had a bit of a break. Hmm, Thought I fixed that. Let's refix it then. Should be okay in a second. But yeah, I'm gonna play Sherlock Holmes Nemesis, or Sherlock Holmes versus Arsene Lupin, as it's also known as. Uh, Today, as always, I'm going through these in the game chronological order instead of the order they were uh, published, because I feel like that will be more fun to get the story properly. So yeah, let's just jump right in. Didn't I change the ticker to Arsene Lupin? You undertake You are undertaking to portray Sherlock Holmes, the famous consulting detective of 221B Baker Street, London. During this case, you must demonstrate both sagacity and calm. Observe well the items around you and don't hesitate to click on them once you have the required information. You will obtain comments that will help in your hunt. Do not forget to interrogate anybody who may be able to inform you. Choose the right questions and pay heed to their answers, so the English isn't very good. I thought I changed the ticker. Did I? May have forgotten to change the... There we go. Now it's fixed. Should be. Hopefully. Yeah, there we go. That's better. Okay. Assure yourself that you aren't caught short by your adversary, or Arsene Lupin will throw a number of challenges at you which will demand you are subtle and methodical. Thus, in the course of your investigations, you will have need of pencil and paper. Certain riddles will require reflection worthy of your hero. It will be challenging. At certain moments, you will need to type a keyword in response to a question in order to continue the adventure. You are at liberty to consult your notes in order to help yourself. Do not forget to read the documents that you will have gathered and glance through Sherlock's notes. They are all important. In order to advance your inquest, you will have at your disposition plans and maps which will permit you to teleport by clicking on given points. You may equally make your character run by double-clicking with the left mouse button. England's honor is at stake. Do not disappoint your adversary. I forget who... I know it's Frogwares who make these games, but I forget where they're from. They might be French. I always like their games. They're sweet. They're oddly charming. And occasionally a bit gruesome. Sherlock Holmes versus Arsene Lupin. My version is called Nemesis. But
It looks to be the beginning of a lovely day, Holmes. There's nothing like beginning the week with a sunny Monday, with nothing more pressing to do than to see what came in the post. Would you care to take a ride up the Thames today?
I think not, Watson.
Listen, Holmes, your mood has been getting progressively worse for the past 2 weeks. I know you, and I am certain that something is bothering you. It wouldn't be bad news from Switzerland, would it?
We would already be on a boat heading towards the continent were that the case, my dear Watson.
Very well, then what is it? Let me guess. For the past 2 weeks, the papers have talked of nothing other than this French thief, Arsène Lupin. He's been making all of the police officers on the continent look like complete idiots. You're taking an obvious pleasure out of reading these articles.
My dear Watson.
I've put my finger on it, haven't I? I know you well. Something tells me that you will not entertain talk of this Lupin for some time. Do you recall his latest feat? Using an alias, he seduced a young Italian princess in order to rob her of a priceless set of diamond jewellery that once belonged to the Medici. These jewels were to be part of the lady's dowry on the occasion of her marriage to the son of a wealthy, influential Sicilian. Finally, our friend, having committed his crime, left word for the local press explaining that there was no other way for the charming lass to escape a marriage of convenience with, I quote, an uncultivated and uncouth boor without the least refinement. Since then, the lady has been confined to a convent, and rumour has it that the two outraged fathers have jointly offered a sum of countless millions of liras for the head, the rest of the body being optional, of the man who is responsible for their dishonour. Are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? Why, another letter from the zoo about those missing birds, as if we were going to be running around the whole of London chasing chickens. As I was saying, are you acquainted with the reputation of the Italian criminal milieu? This Arsène Lupin must be in hiding somewhere, surrounded by bottles of champagne and stolen treasures. How foolhardy and arrogant. Oh, these French. However, he didn't pursue this foolishness to the point of risking stepping onto British soil.
Has the cat got your tongue, Watson? What?
Oh, God.
Whatever is the matter with you, Watson? Pray tell.
This letter on the table. Holmes, read it.
God, you sure like to talk, don't you, Watson? And you're apparently a bit obsessed with this Arsène Lupin. Now, how do I get the... There we go, first person. That's it. That's how I like doing these games. Dear Mr. Holmes, before I begin, please excuse any grammatical or spelling errors that you might notice. Your language isn't my native tongue, as I come from the continent, France to be exact. In addition, my singular subjects of conversation, whether they be oral or written, are the most exquisite food and wine, the noblest arts, and the sublimest women. I feel like that paragraph doesn't make much sense, but okay, I'll move on. The whole world knows that you, people of our most gracious majesty, do not produce or even discern any manifestation of aesthetic intelligence and civilization that sets men apart from beasts. Oof, brutal. Thus, the opportunity to practice your language are sporadic and brief. What use is there to linger with a lackey or maid? But look, I see I have made a mistake, or rather an I was bitching about his English, I can't pronounce it either. Execrable mistranslation. I said, you people of our most gracious blah blah blah. I should have said the people of blah 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 other than you. How can I include you in this half-ruddy-faced, half-pallid crowd reeking of brine and cheap beer? Holy shit, this is a long letter. Alright, well, we'll keep going. You stand apart, an icon, having followed your exploits for some time and being interested in your unusual personality. Yeah, he actually, in one of the previous games, sent us a bottle of wine as an Easter egg. I started to see in you a man of intelligence, ingenuity, and singular refinement. The incredible results in your activities and the manner in which you achieve them are marked with the seal of genius. Believe me, despite the lamentable opinion that I hold for the inhabitants of your island, I have for you an admiration without limit, which reached its apogee recently when I discovered you have a French ancestor. What unlucky stars brought you to the world elsewhere than in the motherland I call my own, that should have been your own? Perhaps the gods desire that your presence on this island bring up the intellectual average that was so low it bordered on the absurd. The business that brings me to write this letter may bring an answer to this question. You see, events without antecedent will occur in London in the week to come, beginning on the very night of the day in which you read this letter. The purpose of these events is to bring to light the fraud, the arrogance and vanity of the English. Enough of the haughty, boring composure that the English present us when passions should be freely expressed. Enough of the derisive confidence in England's impregnability which is displayed by all of your politicians and soldiers. The English fortress is being protected by seas serving as moats. Enough of your supposed symbols of majesty and grandeur of spirit, which are in fact merely the fruits of looting and plundering. Well, you have a point there. England has measured the world by its stingy superior smile for far too long. Thus I, Arsène Lupin, have pledged to get rid of this smile. To that end, in the week to come, I pledge to see 5 of the most representational symbols of the alleged English grandeur here in London. Once these auspicious achievements have been accomplished, I will exhibit the trophies for the world to see and reveal the smallness of a nation incapable of preserving its pride. England will become the laughingstock of all nations, from the largest to the smallest, and will have to swallow its pride and lower its head for millennia to come. Imagine these self-righteous and perfidious faces, who ordinarily parade the fact that they are one of Her Majesty's people, will henceforward hide their origins. Being English will no longer be grounds for pride, but rather shame. In brief, the debts will be paid. You are perhaps asking yourself why I have chosen to share with you my vision, which many who don't know me should consider mad. After all, if my former praises are well-founded, you are certainly the only person in England capable of stopping my plan. Like myself, you are fully aware of the inefficiency and the flagrant lack of imagination that plagues your police service. The reason for this letter is eminently narcissistic. No exceptional artist desires to produce their work for an uncultured public incapable of appreciating the true value of his prowess and talent. In you, I have found the ideal spectator, and I wish for you to follow the stages of my consecration step by step. In fact, I would almost wish for you to put yourself in my path, and in vain to stop me from committing these thefts, but you are a busy man who doesn't like defeat. What a shame. If, despite everything, the adventures tempts you anyway, I shall leave you a few verses that will deal with tonight's targets. All across France everyone knows, in the blind's kingdom you only need one eye for the crown. You treat us like blind men, it shows. 'Twas a one-armed man who brought us down. It is true that we failed, though we tried again. Our fate was nailed, his immortality our pain. One of the Spanish capes, the detestable pride, that hangs around you like drapes, our suffering makes you snide. An adversary came along in order to protect victory. We were put in the wrong, and the day made history. Save the pain and defeat, the worst in this game is that the hero we did meet carries a French name. Clearly did vengeance sound. What I have in mind for this traitor, sitting at his master's feet like a hound, is to be run aground. On my honor tonight to hand, I will break free the binding so that all may understand. Our victory will take wing. Arsino Lotino. Well done.
Holmes, this is truly unbelievable. Surely this cannot be taken seriously.
It's possible, Watson, that this letter is nothing but a prank. However, a small chance exists that both the challenge and the threat are real.
What will you do?
First, I'm going to enjoy the breakfast Mrs. Hudson has prepared. If you would be so good, Watson, as to clarify some of the riddles in the letter. Firstly, if Arsène Lupin is actually the author, as he states, why does he sign with another name? When it comes to the poem, even if an answer seems straightforward, we must be quite certain. What would the target of tonight's theft be if this letter turns out to be accurate? We have one day to find the solution and to take preventative measures. You could go see Barnes, the bookstore in Glentworth Street. Surely they'll have something that will be informative.
Well, we have used Barnes quite a lot before. Do we have any more fun? Oh,
What?
look at that.
This accursed statue is still here? I've asked Mrs. Hudson to remove it for us.
It growls. So we might still be under Cthulhu's... Oh, that's kind of cute.
Holmes's Table for Experiments. A motley collection.
That's where you shot the bullets in the wall.
Oh, what a mess.
We need to...
It was in this statue that we found the famous Black Pearl of the Borgias.
Interesting.
Treaty on Cornish, the Celtic language of the Cornish people. And here, medieval pottery. Holmes has an interesting taste in reading.
I'll say. There's the
My
slipper.
eccentric companion keeps his shag tobacco in the toe of this Persian slipper.
I don't know what that is.
Colonel Gordon. It was during the affair of the lodger in treatment. The Reichenbach Falls. What an awful memory. This is how Holmes organises his correspondence that is awaiting responses. If only his clients saw that. It's a coal bucket in which Holmes stores his cigars. What a strange idea.
I mean, he is a genius. It's okay to be a bit eccentric.
It's the steel harpoon that pierced Black Peter, master of the sea unicorn. Terrible memories.
That's the last game we played. I have dropped something on the floor. This looks like such... I thought there was a clipping issue, like I could see straight through the room. This looks like such an uncomfortable bed. I have dropped the pillow, but like... Why isn't your duvet any... You know... bit thicker? Actually, this might be Sherlock's room. No, it's mine. Unless we swapped.
I am not ready yet, Watson.
Oh, okay, I'm sorry. Get decent. I'll go to Barnes. I pretty much used the same engine for like 7 other games. It's a good engine. Now, is Barnes this direction? I think so. There's the awful pub.
No, I have nothing to do in this hovel.
Oh, hold on. Good morning. What's this? Ah, food all day. Good selection of wines. Hi.
Sir?
Good morning. I mean, it's quaint. Why is it a hovel on Baker Street though? Like, isn't this sort of upper middle class? Or is this technically the poor section of town? I don't know. Hey Barnes.
Poor Barnes should hire a cleaning lady. Oh, what a mess.
Are you dead? It's been a while. Hello?
Gunruth Kudwilm
Okay, he's possessed.
Lizrit Sublilha.
I'm concerned, Barnes.
Good day, Barnes.
Hello, Dr. Watson. How are you? I didn't hear you enter.
Are you
clear.
busy? Am I disturbing you?
Not at all. I was researching, but if you came to see me, it must be that you're looking for something specific. Perhaps I can help you?
Yeah.
A very strange affair, bewildering even, has brought me to see you. An affair involving a Spanish cape and a one-eyed, one-armed man.
Most certainly. You will find the works dealing with naval history on one of the shelves somewhere.
Are you okay, Barnes? Possessed by
Thank
Cthulhu?
you. I'll go look.
But, okay. Naval history. We're looking for a pirate. On a Spanish ship. Let's see, Horatio Nelson, born in Burnham Thorpe. Well, that's not Spanish, is it? Duke of Kent and a hedgehog. Oh. Made of this clay and briar chips representing the okay, it's not an actual person. Let's see. Luckily for him, his joke. What? So, Nelson. No. Admiral Villeneuve, who is French.
Ah, here's my book, The Great English Sailors.
We're not looking for English sailors, are
As it
we?
happens, I found this book, and
Excuse me, my dear Dr. Watson, but I am in need of tranquility.
well, farewell, Barnes.
Aren't you a doctor? Can't you see he's ill? I thought we'd need, like, Spanish sailors. Spanish Cape? Am I just gonna take this book then? I'm not paying you? Okay. Bye. I'll write me an IOU or something. Book thief. With a deeply interesting book about English sailors. That's not where I live. I live over here. This is crap door. We might actually be poor. I like the artwork though. And we got a nice view. Oh, you're out. I got you a
Now
book.
tell me, Watson, what progress have you made? Have you found the meaning of the mysterious signature?
Oh shit, I forgot to. Who is Arsino Lolinho? Is he that? I didn't check. Charged with intercepting Bonaparte, conquered the French fleet, Duke of Brant. I take it it's Nelson. I'm gonna assume it's Nelson.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed everything of importance.
It is not Horatio Nelson.
It's an anagram, Holmes.
Ah,
The letters in Arsino Lotino can be used to spell out Horatio Nelson.
That's a welcome confirmation. No doubt the target of the theft is somehow connected with the Battle of Trafalgar, won by Admiral Lord Nelson at the expense of the French. Nelson, who lost an eye and an arm in battle, has a statue high atop a column in Trafalgar Square. It says that the object of the theft is sitting at his master's feet. There's nothing to steal on this column. We have a map of London here somewhere. Let's see if we can find a site of interest near Trafalgar Square.
did you lose your map again? You lose it between every game.
Ha! I found it at last. The map of London.
So,
I thought that
according
was
to
a
you,
book.
what is there to steal in Trafalgar Square? Show me on the map, Watson.
It's been a while since I've been to London, but I'll take a crack at it. There's a map of London. Where's Trafalgar Square then? East, center, west, south. Justice Court, British Museum, Gallery of Painting. I don't know where Trafalgar Square is. See, west, Baker Street, Oxford Circus, Piccadilly Circus. There I've actually been. Nothing in the west. How about south? There's the Palace, Scotland Yard, Clock Tower. I have been here. Buckingham Palace was closed, but I was there. Sad face. Bank of England. Tower of London. I don't know where Trafalgar Square is. Is this the There.
Your intentions are good, Watson, but you've missed everything of importance.
Well, I suppose he wasn't gonna just steal the grave. As a court of justice, Lincoln Inn Fields. That doesn't look particularly like a square. Well, it is a square, but... Oh, there's Trafalgar Square. That's tucked away.
The only location visible is the National Gallery of Painting, which faces the column.
Why not? Our man wants to steal a painting, but which one? Watson, shall we head out? Let's take a tour of the National Gallery. While you find us a hansom, I'll send a message to Lestrade to have him join us.
I'm gonna find you a handsome what? Oh, a handsome. Oh, okay. You want a cab? Just say you want a cab. Jesus. This is no time to be looking for men. Can I hire you?
Ah, Lamb, good timing. Can you give myself and my friend Sherlock a lift?
With pleasure, Dr. Watson. The mistress, Miss Bromsby, gave me the day off. I'll wait for you.
On your day off. I would not pick up for my boss on my day off. Or any other boss, for that matter. Ah, I'm Holmes again.
Fragile. The museum transports china?
Art is precious, my dear Watson, but it's true that this crate is a curious size. I'd say 3 feet 3 inches on 2 sides by 6 foot 6.
That is a pretty big box.
Oh, what a mess.
It is.
Oh, what a mess.
And in the front entrance hall of all places. Don't you have a storage room? Oh, there's a person. Don't you have a storage room?
Good afternoon, gentlemen, and welcome to the National Gallery of Painting. As it's such a lovely day outside, you're the only visitors at the moment, and likely will be for the whole day, as the minimum number of people for a guided tour is...
We're not here to visit the museum, young man. My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Sherlock Holmes, the famous detective?
Yeah.
Indeed, I have reason to believe that a theft is being planned that will take place here, perhaps as early as today.
A robbery?
I'm not certain, but there is a good reason to believe that is the case. We have contacted Inspector Lestrade at Scotland Yard, and he should be joining us momentarily. Meanwhile, rest assured that we are here in an official capacity. In the meantime, you can certainly help us. One of the paintings will play a part in the matter, but I don't yet know exactly which one. I do, however, have a few clues that should tell something to a specialist like yourself.
Ah, yes, of course. As it happens, I've only been working here for 3 days. Actually, I'm an apprentice, and my duties here are essentially administrative.
Well then. Do you have a boss?
Pray tell, would I be correct in deducing that the elder of the 2 men that we can see up there is the director of the museum?
Yes, that is Sir Pointer. He could certainly assist you better than I, but at the moment he's terribly occupied and will be for some time.
But the location that you are proposing is unworthy of my work. All of my pieces are hymns to color and light. It's the very stars, the sun that you want to extinguish.
Oh dear.
Please understand, dear sir, the entrance hall is reserved for temporary exhibitions. We are able to add more lighting.
In that case, you would have to provide lanterns across the whole length of the ceiling, and to use the most refined oil possible. Definitely not gas. And mirrors to reflect the light, along with some canvases in basic colors to bring out the contrasts.
We will do all that we possibly can.
Nevertheless, I insist that a number of my works must be on the main floor next to the large pieces.
But our rooms are already full and, as you know, each has its specific subject. Too much modernism,
How can there be too much modernism? Modernism doesn't exist. Only art exists. Art is timeless. Art is cosmic.
Are all artists like this?
Well, sir, perhaps we should continue this conversation in my office.
Stop knocking over the plants.
Then you must certainly have a ledger of the works that are shown in the museum, with a description of each painting.
Yes, Sir Pointer entrusted it to my care this morning so I could familiarize myself with the collection, but I lost it. I know I make a rather feeble archivist, but while I was doing a tour of the museum, the painting that Mr. Pointer is now dealing with arrived, along with cases full of canvases that he had to quickly inventory.
The case of the missing ledger. What do you make of it, Watson?
Oh,
Listen,
well.
Mr.
Palinor, sir.
Palinor, my friend and I will make our way through the museum in order to find the ledger. If you lost it while touring the museum and it wasn't back on the desk, then it must be in one of the galleries. Stay here and we will return to see you when we have found it, and not a word of it to the director.
Certainly, sir. With many thanks. I will continue to do my inventory and await you.
Why would you... Wait,
Tell me,
blueprint?
young man, would you happen to have a blueprint of the building in order to facilitate the task at hand?
Ah, yes, yes. Where did I put it? Oh, yes, here it is.
Thank you. And
Farewell, Palinor.
I feel bad for him. But also, why would you not put inventory stuff in a back room? They can get stolen out here. One conk to your heads and the paintings will go. You're not exactly a very strong man. No offense. This is a very small door. Or is it a normal size door and it just looks weird in comparison to the... It might be a normal size door and I just feel tall. When are you planning on putting in here? Oh, ugly wallpaper. I got a blueprint, right? Ah, yeah, there we go. This is no admittance to public. Oops. Italian gallery. No, I want to go to the German, Spanish. I want to go into the Spanish or French galleries, I suppose. Dutch gallery, English gallery, director office. Okay. But I'm also looking for a ledger. That kid looks very unimpressed. I actually shouldn't look too closely to these pictures. If there's a booba, I'm gonna have problems. Ew. I say that, but look at this. That looks nice. That looks real harrowing. This is cozy. I like landscape paintings. I'm not so fan of portraits. Oh, I thought someone was like hiding here, like peekaboo. Did you see a ledger, or are you're just stalking me, aren't you? Yeah. So we are now in the English section. And this is the French. Yeah. She looks real unimpressed. Is that the ledger? That looks like it.
It seems that we've found the famous ledger. It's written in shorthand and there are hundreds of entries. Let's bring it to the archivist.
I'm sure he'll be happy. We did all this dirty work for him. Actually, let's save, because these games sometimes crash. This is the Spanish paintings. This is a pretty small art gallery, I'll say. Not that I've been to many, but...
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
No, Bob. How do I give you the... Oh, I probably need
Farewell,
to...
Palinor.
Yeah. I probably need to... There you go.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
There you go.
Here's your ledger, my friend.
You found it! Many thanks. You won't say anything to Sir Pointer.
Rest assured, are you familiar with how the entries are written? Everything seems to be abbreviated.
I understand how to locate a thematic group and how to read a description, but I am struggling with the location codes.
It's better than nothing at the moment. We're searching for a painting that has a connection to the Battle of Trafalgar.
Depicting what exactly?
According to this poem, it could be...
Oh, good God. It depicts, documents. Hound is to be around the ground. A ship? The Spanish... I think a ship.
Yes, Mr. Holmes?
A boat. Close
It
enough.
might refer to a boat. Its master was Admiral Nelson, and the thief wanted to run it aground. Moreover, the boat would have a French name.
Wait, I have a suggestion. A very popular painting, symbolic even, The Fighting Temeraire, a Turner. In this painting, Turner is described as having mastered painting techniques, and it is one of the most beautiful English paintings of all time. The subject, a boat by the French name of Temeraire, was involved in the Battle of Trafalgar and distinguished itself by protecting Victory, the flagship on board which was...
Victory, did you say?
Yes, Admiral Nelson was on board. Temeraire received a special distinction, but I am not certain of which. The painting shows it being towed to the breaker's yard, I believe.
All I needed was... It's an English painting.
Where would I find it?
I don't know. You would have to search through the English works of this century near the west section of the gallery.
Yeah, see, English.
My thanks, Palinor. Come, Watson, let's take a look at the painting.
Where's the, like, postmodernism and the... But you have it sectioned in by countries, not by styles. Like Renaissance, Classic, Romantic. I suppose we are in the Romantic era. Where am I now? Spanish. So, and this is the French. So, the English. The boat is being towed. I don't think that's being towed. Apparently
Here's
that
what
is.
I've been looking for.
There we go.
The Fighting Temeraire. Splendid. What do you think?
I agree, it's splendid. The existence of this painting would seem to give credit to this whole affair.
As long as this painting remains on this wall, this letter, even if it is eloquent and provocative, is nothing more than a letter. It is possible that all of this could be a hoax with no substance whatsoever. We will know soon enough, as the theft will have to take place tonight.
We must warn the museum's director, Holmes.
You are correct, Watson. Shall we?
Okay. Now off we go. He was through this door, yeah? Not
Closed.
Oh, no. Where was this? Oh, okay, so it's... Jesus, where did you come from? Pick up the pace. It was through... here.
Fantastic! Superb!
He
There,
sounds happy.
Maestro. I believe that everything is settled.
This collaboration will be my
This-
crowning glory, my masterpiece. Merci!
I have finished the inventory of the works of art, Director. Oh, and I have the pleasure of introducing the great detective Sherlock Holmes and his companion, Dr. Watson.
Good day, gentlemen. It's with pleasure that I welcome you to our gallery. I trust that you are here for pleasure and not business.
I'm afraid that is not the case.
Oh,
Oh,
When it is no longer a matter of art, the artist must make his excuses. Messieurs, until we meet again, no need to accompany me. I know the way.
my apologies, gentlemen. Have you been waiting long?
Mr. Palinor was able to answer all of our most urgent questions. Tell me, who was that man who just left?
That was Horace Valmont, a French painter. One of the best, seemingly. His letters of recommendation come from some of the grandest salons in Paris.
A Frenchman? Let's take a look, Watson.
well, we're gonna go and stalk him.
Yes, he's very avant-garde. He heard that we were showing the works of modern painters during our temporary exhibitions. He has loaned us a number of paintings and has promised to donate those that have the greatest success to the museum.
Lestrade, just in time. And the Frenchman, Watson?
Gone?
Director, this is Inspector Lestrade from Scotland Yard. Lestrade, this is the Director of the National Gallery, Sir Pointer, and his assistant, Mr. Palinor. Lestrade, would you have your constable on duty guard the entrance and make sure that nobody comes into the museum? Director, is there anything else?
No, but
If you would care to follow me, I'll show you what the motivation behind all of this is. The reason for this little gathering is this letter that I received at my lodgings this morning. Without getting into too much detail, it claims that this painting, The Fighting Temeraire, will be stolen tonight.
pardon?
There now. It's because of a letter that you've disturbed me. You believe that?
I would never have taken the liberty to disturb you if this letter, the authenticity of which I must admit hasn't been completely confirmed, was not written by the one and only Arsène Lupin.
Arsène Lupin?
Arsène
Arsene.
Lupin?
Arsene.
Arsenal? Who? Lou? What?
Arsène Lupin, the most wanted cat burglar in the world.
Arse
We
indeed.
will know soon enough whether or not this letter is a fake, or if I had reason to disturb you, Lestrade. But you must understand that we couldn't take even the slightest chance.
Perhaps. Why not simply put this thing under lock and key in the bank or at Scotland Yard?
We cannot risk storing the painting in an improper environment or to entrust it to anyone who calls it a thing.
All that would achieve would be to shift the problem. This painting is priceless. Beware he who would harm it. What I propose, Lestrade, is to do a tour of the museum with Sir Pointer in order to check any possible points of break and entry, and leave 2 men on duty here tonight. In addition, Director, you must close the museum to the public and not let anyone else in.
If you feel it's necessary.
And you, Holmes?
I'll pass by tomorrow at dawn. We'll know then what we're up against. Should the unthinkable have occurred, I insist that nothing is touched until I arrive. Is that clear? Let's be off, Watson.
Everyone else
Listen,
has to.
Inspector,
Oh.
I have a lot of work to take care of. It would be better if I leave you to do a tour by yourself. You are, after all, a professional. Here are the keys to all of the locked doors. If you need me, I'll be in my office.
That sounds safe.
Well, I best inspect the museum to find any of Lupin's possible exits, including mice holes.
Cool. I am now Lestrade. Move. Oh, there's the door.
We need a cannon to force this door down. The lock is too big to be jimmied, and I'll leave a man on duty in place. If Lupin does come, it won't be that way.
Well, we can take that off, I suppose. Are there any windows here? Well, with the ceilings. I'm just saying, doesn't it get suffocating? There's a door here.
No exits on this side, nothing to report.
You have a very grating voice, Mr. Lestrade.
No exits on this side, nothing to report.
Okay, thank you. I heard you the first time. You
It's
like art?
shocking that certain artists persist in painting with their feet.
Okay, so you don't like this painting. That's okay, that's good to know. I picked one at random, but apparently you have strong artistic opinion.
No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
Oh, okay.
No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
How about in here? Jesus.
It's dark in this box room. Good. No windows. No possible entry.
Box room. Door closed behind me. Thank you. How about in here? There's a skylight.
Ha ha! There is a possible entry. If someone wanted to descend from the roof here, he'd need a lot of time, and it wouldn't be a quiet business. But I'd be wise to leave a man on duty here, and he will signal the alarm at any suspicious movement coming from the roof. Arsène Lupin. It's you and I now.
You say that, but... I'm sorry, Lestrade, I don't really feel like you and Lupin would get along. Intellectually. How about through here?
No exits on this side. Nothing to report.
Okay, have we been through the whole thing now then? Or do you have more to report on? I suppose there's still something we haven't seen. Is there something through the director's office? Oh, cool. This is a big office. God damn. What do you need all this space for? And have you considered getting a less garish wallpaper? You.
Don't get a headache from thinking too hard.
Why are you so mean? I mean, I know I've been dragging you, but come on.
I will make sure there are no windows, and therefore ways in. Here.
Do your work. I will draw a map for you, Inspector.
Wait for tonight.
Oh, okay,
There.
I finished.
The director and his underling have left. Time for us to play now. It could be that this whole robbery is nothing but nonsense. If not, we're prepared. And this Lupin will play right into our hands. I'll lock the main door to the museum, and you will be locked in. Jeffries is on duty in Trafalgar Square, and the yard is nearby. Nothing to worry about there. The doors leading in will be locked, but you will each have everything you need to open them. Stay hidden and cover your light so you cannot be seen from the roof. You, Lockhart, will be stationed near the painting itself. At the least provocation, go down to the entrance and sound the alarm. The walls are too thick, so you will have to go down for your whistle to be heard. In case of real trouble, be sure to fire with deadly accuracy, because if you even graze one of the paintings, your great-grandchildren will still be paying off your debts. Finally, you'll just have to be content with your lanterns. Gas is too expensive. Let's go, men. Keep your wits about you. You'll be relieved at 4 a.m.
What, shoot to kill a burglar? That's a bit harsh, isn't it? Later. Someone's having fun. Boop. Straight between his legs. Good night. That was easy. What happened to the guy stationed by the... Oh, there he is. He must be bored out of his mind. Night night. Donk. And then what?
Go on, you cantankerous codger. You have work to do.
And then he just waltzed in.
You're right, Holmes. The constable below was indeed asked to deliver us a letter. It's from Lestrade.
Nothing good can come from such urgency.
Indeed, Holmes. This time, without doubt, the painting has disappeared. According to what he's written, they've turned the National Gallery upside down looking for it. Our presence is required immediately.
Well, Watson, the game is afoot.
Should we not have enlisted more men from the force to protect the painting?
I think that a whole brigade could not have stopped Lupin. And, of course, we can now be certain that it was he who was behind the theft. First and foremost, the police have a city and lives to protect, and we must respect that. Watson, a hansom will be hard to find at this hour, and Billy, our page, is sick. Would you be so good as to flag one down while I take a moment to reread this letter?
Yesterday, I was a doctor, and now I become a valet.
Oh, you'll be fine, Dr. Watson. I'm going to peek through the bedroom first.
To think that this statue saved Holmes's life during the adventure of the empty house. Holmes's makeup and accessories. With the help of this, his disguises are very impressive. A scandal in Bohemia. Holmes's very first adventure. But why is he keeping this journal? Holmes is not the type to archive his past adventures. Oh, the photo of Irene Adler. I'm not surprised that Holmes kept it. To him, she is the only woman. He perceives her as being so superior to the rest of her sex that he can't even speak her name. Could he have felt something close to love for her? Who knows?
But I'm just gonna steal his freaking portrait of her. Okay.
Ah, Holmes's Order of the Legion of Honor. I wonder why he doesn't display it on the wall.
Maybe he doesn't care about it like you do.
Hinayana, the oldest Buddhist school, Ceylon. Holmes has some strange bedside reading.
The gun.
Holmes's sidearm.
He doesn't really care for view, huh? Oh well, I forget. It's like apparently like 4 in the morning or something, so. No, you didn't go far.
Got a light?
No, sorry.
Is it Sherlock Holmes who lives in these digs here?
Indeed.
Know him?
I do have that honour. I have been of some assistance to him on occasion. Like locating hansoms, for instance.
I say, you're his valet. So tell me, does your master pay well then?
But
I bet you're not above winning a bob or two, am I right? Listen, my friend, word has it that your boss is going to have a right fright tonight at the Picture Museum.
How?
Shh, listen, my good man. If you want to fill your pockets, here's my card. Piers Urquhart Allen, that's my name. Independent reporter's the game. Spill the beans about his biz, and I'll pay you well. Look for me in one of the pubs round here. You can't miss me.
Oh well.
If Holmes finds out that the press is onto this business, he'll be in an explosive mood. Best to avoid speaking about it.
Piers Urquhart Allen, independent journalist. Well, I guess we'll keep the card. Beep beep. Hello.
Ah, handsome. Now to find Holmes and make our way to the National Gallery.
Whoop.
You've arrived at last, Holmes. We haven't touched anything while we were waiting, except for a ladder which we needed to climb onto the roof. You must have received my message. The painting was stolen.
I needed a shave first. Alright. So, give me the facts.
Did your men see anything?
To tell you the truth, barely anything. There was nothing they could do. The only thing we know for certain is there were 2 people of athletic build who perpetrated perpetrated this crime. We don't know if the burglars stole anything other than the painting in question, as they completely redecorated the museum with the paintings of a French artist that were at the entrance to the museum. The paintings that were on the walls are now crammed in the director's office.
Interesting. Alright.
Do you have any idea what happened?
Well, not really. I haven't managed to figure it out. We know that the two men exited through the window in the restoration workshop, and that the second man entered through there. But the first man was already in the museum, before his accomplice. Yet I had a man in the restoration workshop all yesterday afternoon, and he only left for a minute in order to hear my orders. At no time could the first man have entered through the window. We would have either seen or heard him. The men on the premises confirm they didn't see anyone pass through the entrance until the alarm was sounded. And those two are the only possibilities. How did this man get into the museum, I ask you?
When you have eliminated the impossible, Lestrade, whatever remains, however improbable, must be the truth. Where are the director and his assistant?
They're both in the office. Go gently with the director. He's close to having a fit. By the way, I noticed some traces of paint or something all over. I've asked everyone to avoid trampling on them until you've had a chance to examine them.
You're making wonderful progress, Lestrade.
Bye-bye.
Well, I'll go question the neighbors to see if anyone might have seen a 17th century boat descend from the roof.
Watson, accompany Inspector Lestrade. Check out the roof and help out with the interrogations. Be on the lookout for the slightest detail could gain us some precious time.
You can count on me, Holmes.
I'm off to investigate paint marks. I have an exciting job. These are interesting, to say the least. I recognize that painting. It's like Henry VIII. But these are pretty...
A perfect example of neo-cretinism, a Valmont from his convalescent period.
Neo-cretinism. I don't know, I kind of like the bright colors.
Looking at this canvas, the French painter must have drawn his inspiration from the famous French cheese camembert. They both stink.
No, I kind of like the colors. They're not very good, I say, knowing nothing of art, but there is like a slight difference between this and, well, that, and that's a booba, so we're gonna move on. It's like this, and then there's this. Color splashes. But this one's actually hilarious. I want this on my wall. Can I buy this? I'll buy this. Oh, I see Benedict Cumberbatch has made a appearance. This is kind of creepy. Is it fucking moving?
Hideous, this painting. A round red frame with some green in the middle. The inspiration behind this canvas is rather queer.
It looks like it's moving. But it isn't. Aww, it's a kitty cat. Right, that's a weird looking pony. And this is where the artist dropped acid. Okay, so it should be here.
Valmont has unusual taste for a painter.
Right? Isn't this the English section? Yeah. Oh, he left my favorite painting. That's good. She's still here unimpressed. Oh yeah, there's the paint marks.
There is something here. A trace of black rubber. 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 These 4 traces of black rubber are identical and form a square.
Aha. So I now go looking for more. I don't know, the floor's kind of already got a bunch of crap on it. Maybe I should go check out the room they came in from. That's interesting.
A large red square was painted on the floor, most likely by Lupin, but to what end?
That's a good question. I'll add destruction of property to his list of crimes. There's footsteps here.
Footprints, look. This footprint is quite clear, like a footstep pressed. This footprint is rather light. The man who left these footprints made a return trip. He was carrying something heavy when he climbed the stairs. Paintings, certainly.
How big are his feet?
Size 10.
Okay, well, he walked over. Ooh! Crap on the floor. You got something out of the air.
The paint tracks come from the interior of the museum and stop there. It's curious, but I'd wager that the man who left these footprints rested here a moment while facing the wall and looking at something. Yet these paintings aren't exceptional in the least.
No, but isn't that the crown jewels? What do you mean, not exceptional? Look at this. Blurry painting. Heavily pixelated. Can you paint any better than this? Okay, maybe bad example, but can you paint a happy lady like that? Alright, well, I was checking out the window. Or ceiling. Immediately distracted. What kind of fucking paint did... Oh, look at
The
that.
person who left these footprints stepped into the paint with his whole foot.
But why?
These footprints are those of common work boots. These footprints are those of common work boots.
Are these also size 10?
Size 10. It's through there that one of our
Oh,
robbers
Jesus.
arrived, and it's also through there that they must have escaped with the help of a ladder.
I stepped in the paint.
Footprints, look.
More of them.
The foot brushed the paint. Someone wanted to warn the person who made the footprints of the presence of liquid on the ground, but too late. The man then went beneath the louver of the window to get out, probably with the help of a ladder. He was wearing shoes from France with supple leather non-skid soles, which have a distinctive design.
Size 10, right? These actually don't look like size 10s.
These footprints are size 9.
There you go.
Ideal to catch by jumping from this skylight. Water. These tools are for restoring paintings.
But you splash water on them. I feel like there's more to the process than that. So we can't go up. Is that everything in here? Looks like it. There is a little bit of a clipping issue. The door handle vanished. If I go around the corner, will it pop into existence again? Thank God. I thought I was trapped in there. Okay. Well,
It's too dark in here. I don't see anything.
no, you don't need to. Now what? Did one of them sleep in here?
It's a combination lock, a French brand. It looks extremely solid. Impossible to open it without knowing the combination. It's a combination lock,
Okay.
a French brand. I have no reason to go there.
So something's wrong with your book. Oh right, maybe we should talk to the director. Well, that's a nice mess.
I'm overwhelmed by this inventory.
Good to know.
Ah, Mr. Holmes, such a tragedy. Have you seen what these crooks have done to my museum? Paintings of incalculable value thrown in a heap like hay in a haystack. And the Fighting Temeraire.
What do you know
Now,
about the
calm
rest?
down, Director. Do you know if they took anything other than this painting?
The director and I are in the middle of doing an inventory of all the paintings that were moved. We are not certain yet.
Okay. Goodbye.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good. We'll be here if you have any further questions. Come, Eleanor, back to the inventory.
But there was
Can
something
I
here.
borrow this lamp?
Unfortunately not. This room is poorly lit and we need it to work. Perhaps a bit later.
Well, I needed to inspect for clues. Oh, I guess we keep looking at these,
Velmont has unusual taste for a painter. A perfect example of neo-cretinism, a Velmont from his convalescent period.
Okay. Well, it's better than what I can do, which I suppose doesn't say much. That looks weird.
Self-portrait by Horace Velmont. A bit narcissistic, that one.
I'm more so curious about the difference in like painting quality between that and this. This looks good. This looks colorful.
Perfect Harmony by Jean-Antoine Watteau. Closed.
Okay, well... Can I just grab a lamp? Yank it out of the wall?
A perfect example.
Yeah, neo-cretinism. Don't say that about my new favorite painting. He's having a little nap.
Closed.
Let's see. Oh, so... Is this closed?
Closed.
Okay. No one ever cleaned up this plant.
Footprints, look. These are shoes with supple, non-skid leather soles, of French manufacture, with a distinctive design. These are, without doubt, the shoes of the French painter Horace Velmont.
Oh ho! Is he size 9 or size 10?
These footprints are size 9. The footprints left by Horace Velmont's shoes and those made by one of the two crooks are absolutely identical. Lupin is a master of disguise. We met him in person yesterday as Velmont.
Well then. Excuse me, I have another question.
What do you want, Mr. Holmes? The only one who will be happy is Velmont. His paintings now have the best spots.
I'd wager he's doubly happy, but he'd never come to show his gratitude in person.
Ah, and when will you be done with your investigation, so that we can put the paintings back in their original places?
A deadline will soon be set, I think. However, it is in our best interest to do it as quickly as possible. Thank you, gentlemen.
Good. We'll be here if you have any further questions. Come, Eleanor, back to the inventory.
Oh dear. How are you doing?
I'm overwhelmed by this inventory.
Still? Well, if Lupin is Velmont, then does he look like this?
Self-portrait by Horace Velmont.
Mm-hmm.
What horrors!
It's just blues and like some beige. It's not that ugly.
What horrors!
Okay, that one is a bit ugly, I'll admit. That's a handsome lad.
Monsieur de Norvin's portrait by Jean-Auguste Dominique Ingres, 1780 to 1876.
Was that how long it took him to finish the painting, or is that his date of birth? Also, this one is still curious. Maybe it just stood hidden, like peekabooing. Bit unsure. Velmont and Lupin are one and the same. I suppose there's nothing I can really... There's something I'm missing, that's for sure. I don't want to use the hint system, that's cheating. But maybe there's something more in here. I can't rip these off, I guess. Reveal more hideous paintings. Nothing in here. I haven't found a lamp yet. Nothing here. I don't have the combination for that. So I suppose I need to like... Maybe I'll find the painting if I just inspect
It's Pointer, the museum director, who is on display here. Amusing.
That's actually kind of funny. Night night, Sir Pointer.
What horrors!
It's not that bad. It's kind of crude, but it's not that bad. Right, let's go and explore them up then. See if we recognize some paintings. I went the wrong way.
A river scene with a Dutch yacht by Van der Capelle.
Interesting. Oh, these look grim.
What horrors!
I kinda like this one. I feel like... Shouldn't there be something else? Oh,
There's something strange on the ceiling. I have to climb up to examine it, but Lestrade's men are using the ladder. I'll continue to inspect the museum while I await them.
Mr. Holmes, Inspector Lestrade wanted you to know that we no longer need the ladder. If you want it, it's near the director's office.
that was quick. Okay, so I need to get that, whatever that is. Director's office, that's through... I always go the worst way for it, I think, but I'll borrow you. And then just sprint through.
There is something here.
Okay, where I... Boom. This feels safe. How is that stuck to the ceiling?
Elementary.
If your initials are JL, the answer is yes. If not, greetings, Mr. Holmes. Our meeting yesterday was far too brief, but I bet it won't be the last. It gives me great happiness that you are participating in this adventure, and even if the ending gives you displeasure, you will have been in the first row for the whole show. Please inform Inspector Lestrade, as you know, but contrary to his belief, I most certainly came in through the entrance. I always enter through the main doors, although leaving is a different matter. But enough of the past, let's look ahead, shall we? After tonight, I will yet again steal one of the emblems of England's pride. My next target can be found somewhere in London, and it is up to you to identify it before I claim it. For this, I have left you several clues throughout the museum. A mind as brilliant as yours should have no trouble finding and interpreting them. But will you be able to finish in time? To start, I've left some paintings on the walls that I didn't have the heart to replace with those from my personal collection. In observing them well and reading the following poem, you will have all the information necessary to determine the location where I spent yesterday afternoon and early evening. A small bit of advice, do not break into the place. A painting of great value is inside, and you will ruin it. Into the museum did I go that night, and there did I see Venus and Mars wrapped in white. A rainy day they arrived with much delight, that year without doubt remember with all might. A tired horseman was sleeping near there, without fear, his white horse, standing tall, whispered into my ear, My lord, we were painted long ago, this is clear. Truthfully, my second choice, sir, was that year. Henrik has been dead for ages, I won't be coy. His skaters, young couples, men, women, here a boy. They were his work, were they but duty or his joy? The length of his life is my third part of the ploy. My fourth is the year of purchase, I swear, fish and cabbage, young boy and angel, quite a pair. First minus second and times third, do you care? Minus the fourth, figure it out and you'll be there. I have to do math.
This poem by Lupin surely makes reference to 4 paintings presently hanging in the museum. Shall we begin our search?
Must we? Right, so the first one is one with, what was it? Venus and Mars? So,
Here's what I've been looking for.
oh, okay. Randomly stumbled upon, but sure.
A winter scene with skaters near a castle by Averkamp, 1585 to 1634, one of the greatest painters from the Dutch school of the 17th century. He specialized in winter scenes. The painting originally extended into a square shape.
Okay, so what was it about the winter scene? The length of his life is my third part of the ploy. Okay, so how long did he live?
A winter scene with skaters near a castle by Averkamp, 1585 to 1634, one of the greatest painters from the Dutch school of the 17th century. He specialised in winter scenes. The painting originally extended into a square shape.
So he was 49 years old, so that is the third part of the ploy. That's not old. Oh well. I was hoping to do this in order. That's Mars and Venus, isn't it? Yeah.
Here's what I've been looking for. This painting depicts the gods Venus and Mars by Botticelli. This painting was exhibited for the first time in 1874 in the National Gallery.
Okay, and then that was... into the museum did I go that night, and there did I see Venus and Mars wrapped in white. A rainy day they arrived with much delight. That year without doubt, remember with all might. 18-something.
This painting depicts the gods Venus and Mars by
1874.
Botticelli. This painting was exhibited for the first time in 1874 in the National Gallery.
So we got 1874. Something 49. What's the second part of the poem? A tired horseman was sleeping in the air there without fear. His white horse standing tall whispered into my ear. My lord, we were painted long ago, that is clear. Truthfully, my second choice, sir, was that year. Horseman. It's a monkey, not a horse. This?
A study by Tiepolo. The Trojans bring the Greek horse into their city, causing their own ruin. Thus it's best to beware of certain gifts.
Well, it is a horse. Well, if it's nearby, it's probably one of the close rooms? Question mark.
Here's what I've been looking for.
That is not a horseman. Is that the fourth? Is the year of purchase? I swear, fish and cabbage, young boy and angel, quite a pair. First minus second and times third, do you care? Minus the fourth, figure it out, and you'll be there. That's an angel and a boy.
Tobias and the Archangel Raphael by Adam Elsheimer, German painter. The Archangel should ask what kind of bait he used. This canvas was acquired in 1894 by the National Gallery. It was based on a composition he had previously done.
So, what was it? It's then first minus second, then times third, do you care, minus the fourth. Okay, so we need the last one, and then we can do the math on this. So, time to go find a pony. No. Yes. We need a horse. Good thing that Sherlock is just spelling it out for me when I pass the painting. Because I know jag zero about art. That's a winter painting. These are identical.
A canvas by Joseph Vernet, my great-great-uncle. A canvas by Joseph Vernet, my great-great-uncle.
Almost identical. That one's a little lighter. Okay. Let's look for pony. Okay, it's gotta be in here then. I thought that was a horse, but that's his leg, and also a lamb. No, nothing. Let's see again. A tired horseman was sleeping near there without fear. His white horse, standing tall, whispered into my ear, "My lord, we were painted long ago, that is clear. Truthfully, my second choice, sir, was that year." Okay, well, we need to head back. Oh, there it is.
Here's what I've been looking for.
I was about to make a beeline for the Venus and Mars again. Right, so the year this was painted is the second one.
Look, A White Horse Standing by a Sleeping Man by Peter Verbeek, possibly derived from a 1652 print by Paulus Potter. It seems that I have found the 4 numbers from Lupin's poem. Now, what do I do with them?
That's easy. So, first minus second, so that's 1874 minus 1652. If my math isn't completely off. That is 222 times 49. And then minus the fourth is 1894. So 8984. I have a feeling that's a combination for that lock. I'm very smart and did absolutely not use a calculator for that. So 8, 9, 8, 4.
Open.
Aha. I thought it was a body.
A wig and a cushion, for the stomach, no doubt. There is also Velmont's cap and clothing. A half-empty bottle of champagne, to pass the time, no doubt. This is what must have happened. Lupin entered the museum disguised as Velmont. After our meeting, he pretended to leave, but, in fact, came to hide in the case that Palinor had emptied whilst doing his inventory. A hook permitted him to close the case from the inside, and he calmly waited until the time was right. Once alone, he got out and helped his accomplice enter through the skylight without fearing the police.
Well done.
It's the painting by my great-uncle. Look, there's a paper attached.
There, Mr. Holmes, you should have at your feet the parts of my disguise from yesterday. No doubt you would have liked to remove them from me while I was still wearing them. It's possible. Find me in the museum disguised like this and remove my postiches. Beware, do it with care and precision, for I am sensitive. That and the fact that you might destroy the next clue. Was there anything else? No. Well, that was that painting of Vernon and paint restoration tools. I think I figured this one out, Sherlock. Let's go grab some restorative stuff. Or do I have to... I have to handhold you, don't I? Alright, let's go. Was in here. In the French section, of course.
Self-portrait by Horace Velmont. A bit narcissistic, that one. This painting has an oil base, but is covered in a fine coat of water paint. I should ask the director how to remove it.
Splash water on it. I'm fairly sure this is why I'm not in charge of restoring paintings. Yo.
What do you want, Mr. Holmes?
Sorry to disturb you, gentlemen. Can you explain how to remove a fine layer of water paint that is covering an oil painting? Rest assured, it does not concern a piece from the museum's collection.
It's simple. You'll need some water to soften the paint, a paintbrush with rigid bristles to scrape off the film, and an absorbent sponge to take it all off.
Thank you.
Alright.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good. We'll be here if you have any further questions.
Okay. Right. I'm getting my exercise in. Have I gone 10,000 steps yet? Fitbit proud of me. Grab your tools, Mr. Holmes. There's the water. Paint and sponge. Okay.
You and I, Lupin. I need something.
Okay. Ah, okay, so I just cover this place with water. Got it. Seems safe to put me in charge of this. I'm not exactly known for my, shall we say, tidiness. I'm not sure it's even necessary to do fully. I could probably get away with like a couple of blotches, but if it's worth doing, I suppose it's worth doing well. If this whole consulting detective business doesn't go well or goes downhill, maybe I can get a job at the National Gallery for restoring paintings. How big is this canvas? So I suppose over to over here. There we go, a bit hard to see on the red, but it's fine. There we go. Oh, forgot the ear. Then sponge. Shockingly, there's nothing at the edges. Never mind, there is something at the edges. Scrape off that red velvet, Lupin. I think I missed. I don't know if you heard that, but my cat is yelling at me. I will say though, Lupin is a pretty decent painter. It's almost sad to do this. Just remove all his hard work to uncover another layer of hard work. It's a very elaborate scheme. Oh, there's a hat. Oh my god, this is getting really annoying really quickly though, because this is like, this is kind of terrifying. There you go. Let me see an ear. He still kept like the, just say the walking cane though. What's that? He's an even whiter Frenchman. Oh, there goes one of his arms. We didn't need that, right? thrilling action gameplay here. He's kind of like a hybrid now in the face. It's real disturbing. Terrifying. Say goodbye to the scarf. Yep, there's a monocle. And an insufferable mustache. What do you say? I think that's pretty good.
I need something.
Oh. It's not pretty good. No.
I need something. I need something.
What? You want me to wash him even more? I'm fairly sure we got him. I think we can see him now.
I need something.
Oh, okay. Why are you so picky? Oh, thank God.
There is a bright
Ah, there you
red
go.
C written on this calling card in addition to a poem. This letter must be the beginning of a word or phrase. Now to find the others.
See, the red surrounding the green isn't right, but for a clue you must look inwardly. If nothing is found, despite your great might, my success will make you green with envy. I feel like I know what this one is, guys. It's the freaky portrait over here, right?
There must be something here. Stay alert now.
Look inward. Well, eyes are the windows to the soul. Maybe there's something on the wall itself.
A piece of the frame is breaking off.
Oh! Oh! C-O. Great paintings, rectangular or square, are hanging in rooms very much like this. In a different one from the northern air, count 6 sides as the needle turns. You can't miss. From the northern air. Count 6 sides as the needle turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
What horrors?
This one?
What horrors?
Right, so this one. Count 6 sides. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one. Or am I completely off the mark? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No. As the needle turns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it this one then, maybe?
What horrors?
It's one of them, right? Oh.
Elementary.
Almost. In a somber corner under a white cloth. To ensure success, look for the reds. It will not be inside, but be not wroth. It's not impossible if you use your head. Wait, in a somber corner under a white cloth. Is that in the restoration area, maybe? There's some paintings under white cloth there. No. Somber corner. And somber kind of means like sad, right? Or like depressing. Is it down here? No, not down here. In here? No. What's the rest? It will not be inside, but be not wroth. It's not impossible if you use your head. It will not be inside. But what? The painting is outside. Or is it like a picnic outside? Who's sitting by a white cloth table? Not you. This maybe?
The Supper at Emmaus, where the resurrected Jesus appears to his disciples, painted by Caravaggio, 1571-1610. He was a master of chiaroscuro, and the Caravaggism movement was named after him.
I take it was not that. It is not inside. Can I look up, maybe? Through the skylight or something? No. Do you happen to windows in your... No, I'd be depressed if I worked in here. Can I ask you about
What
it?
do you want, Mr. Holmes?
No,
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good. What do you want, Mr. Holmes?
don't want anything.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good.
Can I borrow this lamp?
Yes, we are almost finished. Isn't that right, Palinor?
No, cool. I'm getting that closet now.
This bucket contains something extremely heavy. I can't move it. A bucket with a red perimeter. Not bad. There is something here.
I feel like I skipped something. Under a bouquet of lilies fair, the director is sleeping there, younger by a quarter of an hour, and you shall receive the power. Well, the director sleeping was like a painting there.
It's Pointer, the museum director, who is on display here. Amusing.
Your great-uncle Horace had a grandfather, boasted proud the name Vernet. The clue will lead you to raise on the Tiber, decide which painting it is, and don't sway. That explains why there's two identical paintings, I suppose. One of them is fake.
Here's what I've been looking for. Why, these two paintings appear identical. Haha, Lupin seems to be setting the example. I'm in need of a lamp.
What? I was just looking at the funny people. I'm burning a painting down?
I will recopy all of that to better study it.
Mine paintings. 9 paintings with so much in common. Theme and colors. Red, green, yellow, and blue. Brown, red, green, yellow, and blue. Put the colors face to face, help them to align, and the last letter found will give you a clue. So, do I just...
This must be one of the 9 canvases. They're hanging art made by 3-year-olds. We could probably do without.
So I'm just gonna casually grab the paintings that
They're hanging art made by 3...
Yeah. Art by 3-year-olds. Can you do any better, maybe?
They're hanging art made by...
So it's all the ones with
They're hanging art...
same...
They're hanging art made by 3-year-olds. We could probably... They're hanging art made by 3-year-olds. We could probably...
Shut up. How many do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Need 3 more.
They're hanging art...
Last 2 in here. There's 1. At least. I'm lacking 1.
They're hanging art made by...
I might have skipped a room. There it is.
They're hanging art. I have all 9 paintings now, I think.
I guess that's what I need the big square for.
Think.
Ah, cool. Well... Oh, good. I gotta... well... No. So, my colors need to match. That works. And then... Does that fit? Unsure. I think that fits. I know I went to art school. That definitely doesn't fit. Oh, now it does. I feel like this is probably on top, and then the red is gonna turn into a letter. There's some pink here. Not the right pink. Okay, so like so. This might be upside down. It probably is. This probably doesn't match. This looks like it does, but it doesn't match there, so... Because I think that one needs like some blue. Okay, so these fit. And these fit, but they don't fit together. I made something, but I'm not sure what. So this is probably at the bottom then, since these don't fit anything. So what if we try to move? And then Yips. Yeah, because I think those have to be up here. or turned sideways. Because this probably fits there. Hang on. Okay. So I have the full picture, I just need to turn it. Just be really careful.
No message proposes another riddle. I must have found all of the clues. However, I haven't made any progress. Perhaps the director might know more.
Oh, I thought I made a pretty good 5. Okay, well, let's talk to the director.
So, Mr. Holmes, the day is drawing to a close. Can I finally reclaim my museum?
Tell me, director, does this word mean anything to you?
What word did Sherlock Holmes find? Oh god, C... Coroni? Coronis.
Coronis? Yes, we have a painting entitled Apollo Slaying Coronis. It's an old painting. Let me show you. Palinor?
Here it is.
This painting is rather simple and doesn't seem to be hiding anything special. Can you tell me the history of this piece?
It was created in approximately 1617 by Domenichino and his assistants. It doesn't belong to us, but is on loan temporarily by its owner. It represents the god Apollo using an arrow to slay his lover, Coronis, because of her infidelity.
That's all?
Yes, that's all.
Well, Holmes, where are we? It's dark outside. I can't keep going any longer. Not one witness within a half-mile in any direction. It would seem the men disappeared like ghosts.
What is the note that you're holding?
Oh, yes, a constable asked me to bring it to your attention. It could be from Lestrade, as we were separated over an hour ago.
Lo, Corona's destiny in a painting. It was there, but never did she know. Always around her, a black shadow. Not seen in the painting. Deceive, 6 more missing.
Incredible. Lestrade has also started using poetry.
This note didn't come from Lestrade, Watson. It's Lupin who sent it. Mr. Pointer, what could he mean by a black shadow and not in the painting?
Yes. In the legend, it's Apollo's bird, a raven, who reveals Coronis's infidelity to him. Thus, the raven, who is at the heart of the matter, is curiously absent from the painting.
Anyway, our latest message from Lupin states, tonight, 6 more missing. Do you have the map of London with you, Watson? Get it for me if you would.
Control Dr. Watson. Got a map. Well, I saw the crown jewel painting, so...
I have no interest in going there.
No, but where do you keep the Jules. In the Tower of London, where... Let's see. Baker Street. East, maybe? Six Ravens.
Yes, Watson,
Sunset.
the Tower of London Ravens. If ever the Ravens leave the Tower of London, the British Empire will fall. Lupin wants to capture them. Watson, there isn't a moment to lose. Find a hansom while I leave some instructions for the director.
You were quiet during the whole trip in the hansom, Holmes. I'm curious to know what you might have said to the director.
Simply to reveal nothing to the public and claim that the appearance of a strange mildew on certain paintings has forced the museum to close. This quarantine will permit us to avoid the press from aggravating this already embarrassing situation.
But if Lupin pursues his scandalous idea and actions, we won't be able to silence all of the talk that will ensue all over the city.
Exactly, Watson. All we're doing is giving ourselves a bit of time. From here on out, we must win this strange game, Watson. Lupin won the first round and has thrown me headfirst into this business because if he succeeds, my name will eternally be associated with this adventure and synonymous with failure.
But you'll get the upper hand, won't you, Holmes?
We'll see, Watson, that we will.
Who goes there?
My name is Sherlock Holmes, and this is my friend Dr. Watson. We are here at this late hour to meet with the chief warder. A recent event has led us to believe that some harm may befall the security of the buildings and goods under his responsibility.
Stay here and wait a moment. Above all, do not deface the walls.
Right. I think we'll do second chapter next time. Because it took a while to get here. So I'll stop this for now, this adventure, and carry on at some other time. Thank you all for watching, and goodbye.